5 up and 5 down for him so far. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Rockets?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston.
And going back to last season, they really struggled for wins. And even against a team like this with comparable talent, they didn't manage one win in the season series.
Yeah, and you know they wanted to have a better showing against them. Maybe they can take a step in the right direction tonight, guys. Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. From deep. And another 3 for Houston.
This is as good as it gets. First quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And he goes right over to Angelo Russell and slams it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Anderson outside. And Houston again with the bucket.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Anderson against Russell. Towns in the corner. Outside Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. They need this one. Cousins pulls it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Anderson against Edwards. Unloads. Again, the Rockets score.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
Minnesota calls timeout.
You know, maybe not the destructive force he was before the ACL tear, but Cousins still has the size, skill, and understanding of the game to be a contributor.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. On defense, Houston.
2 minutes remaining.
Edwards passes to Beverly. Here's Okogie. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Towns. Pass to Beverly. The 3. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
And some career low numbers last season. Where does Cousins go from here?
Well, Greg, I think the biggest thing with him is health, and health affects conditioning, and those two things, two sides of the same coin. And then I think he has to embrace a willingness to accept a support role at this stage in his career.
Shot clock at 6. Back to Anderson. Over Edwards. And it's Houston with another.
Well, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
To the paint. Here's Towns. Prince trying to free himself up. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Beverly.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Anderson against Edwards. A nice shot by Anderson.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Prince, right side. Passes it to Okogie. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Edwards can't hit. Houston leading by 18. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And finished off by Anderson.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's Edwards. Misses the three. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Coming onto the floor for your Timberwolves, Malik Beasley.
The three from Anderson. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A three at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the Houston Rockets in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Right back after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
We've got Naz Reid, Malik Beasley out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Beverley against Cousins. And Beverley kicks to Beasley. Anderson with the block. And they're able to recover. Clock at 2. No good from Beasley. Houston's gone along perfectly from three-point range tonight. They've gone 5 for 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Houston Rockets are rebuilding, and that's a hard pivot for a team that until last season was pursuing titles. The front office has been candid. It's presented challenges as they look to go young and stack up draft picks. They plan to make constant bets on unproven talent as they build toward the future. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that one's good. Beverley. Clark, you had excellent handles for a front court player. How much of a benefit is it for a big man to be comfortable with the dribble, with the ball in his hands?
I think it's so valuable. And now it's a dozen to a dozen big guys can put it on the ground. I mean, it used to be 2 out of a dozen guys you'd see 6, 8 or better that could really handle the ball in my day. But now it's commonplace, and it's a valuable skill. My late dad, emphasized that from the time I started playing organized basketball. Make sure you can go with the ball where you want to against pressure. If you can do that, then you'll always add value to your team as a big guy.
And the Timberwolves call time. One of the stories here, buckets getting it done today.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Timberwolves second.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Wall against Beverley. Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Boy, it's really good to see your big man imposing his will physically. Right there, Towns with a statement finish.
Anderson against Beasley. Anderson outside. Here's the 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And this is the game plan for him. big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Towns kicks to Beverly. Vanderbilt the pass to Beasley. Just 5 on the clock. Beverly with the ball. Guarded now by Anderson. Here's Towns. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Towns has got 6.
Boy, good effort that time from Towns on the offensive board, ensuring that his team is able to end that possession with points.
From deep three-point range, and Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got 45 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And one thing about Naz Reid, he knows how to play within himself.
You're absolutely right, Greg. He doesn't force shots, rarely takes any shot that's contested. That's why his efficiency is so good.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for him so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Knocked away and stolen by Cousins.
Whoa, the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Anderson against Beverly. To end the run. The shot off that time. And Houston the other way now. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Anderson outside. From deep. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Anderson with the block. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends of the floor in addition to that.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Minnesota. Edwards comes in for Vanderbilt. Good on the triple.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Now the pass to Beverly. Now Reed. Beasley outside. That's good from Edwards on the assist by Beasley. Edwards got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
And Anderson gets it to go.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good. Beverly.
He's certainly starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game, his 2nd in this quarter.
Anderson against Beasley. It's Anderson with the drive, and Anderson slams it in.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
For Minnesota, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And the first one at the line is good.
In the 2020 draft, he was the #1 pick. Many are excited about Edwards' potential. It's up to him to meet those expectations and maybe even exceed them.
And Edwards drops them both. Left side Anderson over Beasley. Connects again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Houston holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, how'd you see it?
They obviously crushed it from deep. They were firing it from every angle and kept hitting the target. I mean, look at the score. Obviously, a lot of things went right for them, but that's a big one.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
To be honest, them getting killed on the glass like this is a little match. Showing no physicality, a lack of heart.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And you know, Buckets has really been making it happen, guys.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade. All good. Another from three.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make, time connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing. Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Fires for three. Good. Another from three.
And that is a three that will put him in the record book.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing three-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
Boy, how about the performance so far from deep? He's been that good.
Will it go? That shot missing. Great D that time from Green.
And the first thing you notice about Green, the next level athleticism, incredible burst off the dribble, and makes smooth adjustments midair.
Okogie for three. It's rebounded by Houston.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Anderson against Prince. Clock at 6. Anderson outside. He got it again. Sensational.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Russell dishes to Prince. It's tipped and stolen by Cousins. Anderson against Russell. Hits it again. Wow.
He's scoring at an insane level here, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on a mission, closing in on third place all-time in scoring.
And Wilt Chamberlain holds both the first and third place scoring marks. First, of course, for 100 points, and third place all-time with 78. Anytime Wilt's name comes up, you are making history.
Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Anderson. From deep three-point range, rebound by Okogie. Minnesota's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. That one drops for him. 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And finally, with some offense, he stops a 17-0 run by the Rockets.
Edwards against Anderson. From the arc. And good. There's another.
He has been unstoppable.
And he's now third all-time for points in a game. One for the ages.
Well, he has already cleared Wilt Chamberlain's 78 points. Next up is Kobe's 81. And if he passes that mark, the basketball world is going to be talking about this guy for years.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Oh, that's blocked.
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprised.
Another one goes. Incredible.
And that score moves him up in the record books yet again.
He now stands, Greg, alone for second place for points. What an unbelievable night.
And with 81 in the rearview mirror, he only has the great Wilt Chamberlain and his 100 mark left, a record nobody thought would be touched. But this is the closest anybody has ever come.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Beasley in for Taurean Prince. To the right side. Here is Anderson. Non-stop scoring machine here. From deep. Houston with a new 14. Shoots the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And again for 3.
3 points.
You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
From deep 3-point range,